Hello everybody, welcome to the United Stands. I'm Mark Goldbridge and we're live for Manchester United against Wolverhampton Wanderers. What's your thoughts on the team news? I'll tell you what, we've got a lot of other games going on tonight. I'm just about to watch Cole Palmer score a penalty for Chelsea on the most ridiculous penalty you will see this season. Absolutely shocking. Bournemouth have been absolutely robbed here. It's just not a penalty. He kicks back and catches Semenyu's foot and he's given a bloody penalty. PJ given a penalty. Absolutely disgusting. I know we're here to watch Man United. Arsenal are playing Villa. We'll keep an eye on that. But that is a disgrace. Absolute disgrace. I'm so fed up with the PJMOL. And especially when we bloody Chelsea dropping points would be a bloody good thing for us. Absolutely disgusting. I'm looking at it back here. Estevao, just never a penalty. Never a penalty. He kicks back with his foot and catches Semenyu. Nah, never a penalty. Absolutely shocking. Shocking. And look, Bournemouth were beating Chelsea. It would have been nice, but there's still time, I suppose. But I really wanted Chelsea to drop some bloody points today. Move a clear of them into 5th place. But look, what's your thoughts on the team? Let me get a tweet out. There we go. I think I'm right in saying it's the team I predicted in the preview last night, isn't it? Absolutely spot on. Absolutely the team that we picked. So I think I'm right in saying that. I'll get it up on the screen for you now. Look, hopefully it's going to be 3 points for United tonight. Hopefully we'll get the win. It's without doubt a massive opportunity for us, and without doubt we're playing one of the worst Premier League sides we've ever seen. So I'm hopeful that we're going to win. As he digresses to get the team screen on the screen. Let me get that going. Let me pause that as well. Actually, I think I might just need to load all this up. Bear with me. Okay. Take. Pause. Okay. Hopefully that's working there. Dear, sorry about this. There we go. Okay, welcome to Members Club. It's your boy Calv and OR Mark. So yeah, there's the team on the screen for you. There's not a lot more we can do, if we're being completely honest. It's certainly nothing to moan about. It's the best team we can put out there. We need to get 3 points and we need to move on to Leeds at the weekend. Hopefully we can grow and see some big performances from people like Heaven and Martinez and Lemens again, although I hope Lemens doesn't have much to do. Hopefully Agate and Casemiro can bring that discipline. Xerxes comes in, quite rightly I think, got quite a lot of criticism for his cameo against Newcastle, but look, he's getting a start today in his best position. As a false 9, as a 10, whatever you want to call it. So I think it's a real positive for him. The bench, look, Bayinda, Fletcher, Fredrickson, Lacey, Malacia, Mantato, Obi, Yoro. It's very inexperienced. There was a few rumours flying around that were inaccurate. You've got to be very careful about people who talk about Bournemouth nearly just scored again. Team news, because somebody was leaking that Lacey was going to start and he didn't. Somebody was leaking that Kone was going to be on the bench and he isn't. But look, we should have enough to beat them tonight. And I think that's the most important thing. Get the game won. And it's a back 4. Smash a like on the video for a back 4. Everton have just scored. James Garner against Forest. It's all going off tonight. There's so much going on. Burnley are already losing 2-0 to Newcastle. And West Ham are beating Fulham, I think. But James Garner has just scored for Everton against Forest. There we go. Could be looking for a move to Manchester United. Garner goal. I'm just waiting for that to come back. But good lineup, says Slow Sports News. Thanks for your super chat. Hope you've had a good Christmas and Happy New Year. Happy to see the change, Mark. I'm excited. Let's pray Bournemouth hold Chelsea up to give us top 4. I know. I think it was a dodgy penalty, mate. But look, looking beautiful as always, Mark, says Danny. Thanks, pal. Come on, United, says it's your boy Calv. Thanks for your super chats. You can do that through the $sign. We'll read those out. But yeah, I think for me, back 4, happy days. Really happy to see the back 4. I think that's what matters for United today, is that we do see... West Ham are playing Brighton, sorry. West Ham are 1-0 up against Brighton. Newcastle are 2-0 up against Burnley. And we kick off at 8:15, which is when Arsenal Villa Kickoff, and I'll be watching that double screening because every game is on Sky tonight. But going back to what I was talking about there, huge opportunity for Manchester United to win a game against the worst team in the Premier League and possibly the worst team in Premier League history. What are we expecting tonight? Is Dorgu the next Beckham, says 1 Inch Wonder. I love the banter. I do think that these games are very difficult. We've seen Arsenal have it at the Emirates. We've seen Liverpool have it at Anfield. I hope that lightning doesn't strike twice. I hope that we don't see, 3 times. I hope we don't see a, surprising Wolves performance. I want to see a comfortable Manchester United win. But I acknowledge that we are on a bit of a hiding to nothing because they're so bad that even if we won 4-0, and I'd be very happy with that, people will say it's only Wolves. So we are I think we do have to acknowledge that, it's almost impossible to come out of this game without some level of it's only Wolves. So look, winning the game is the most important thing. They were so bad when we played them at Molineux a few weeks ago. They probably will play a little bit better. Here's Garnacho for Chelsea. Crap, absolute shite. But most important thing is to win the game, get the 3 points. If you look at the league table and how it looks at the moment, and obviously there's a few games going on right now, but effectively we are joint 5th, aren't we, with Chelsea? Let me have a quick look, pause it on the screen for you. So we're joint, Chelsea are playing at the moment, so that's as it stands. Liverpool don't play till New Year's Day. Aston Villa are playing against Arsenal. So the win just does us good. But more importantly, it's what's going on behind us as well. Everton are currently winning, but I don't see any of those. I mean, Newcastle, there we go. Look, they come into the screen as well. So we also got to be careful of what's going on behind us, which is why these next 3 games are really important, because I really do think that it's not beyond, it's not being too demanding to demand 9 points from the next 3 games. We're playing against 2 teams that will get relegated and another one that might. So we've got 3 games against relegation fodder, and we need to take 9 points because we want to be as high as we can be. So look, I will praise that as well. If we can take 9 points from these games, it's something that we don't normally do. So hopefully that's what's going to happen. Sky is showing some multi-view nonsense, says Mrs. Stone. It is quite good multi-view, but I've not got it on because I'm going to watch Man United. But hi Mark, greetings from the Autobahn. Hopefully Sesko will score a hat-trick today with Cunha 2 goals to make good plus goals difference, says Ayus. Look, I mentioned it last night. Chelsea are going to score in a minute. There you go. Enzo Fernandez, Garnacho with the assist. He's such a knobhead, isn't he? I can't stand him. But Chelsea will win this game now because the referees helped them out. So we've got to go and do our job. What channel can I watch the United game on? It's on Sky Sports 3, Mrs. Stone, tonight for us. But look, at the end of the day, Bournemouth, we know what Bournemouth are like. We just didn't get the win, did we? Could be a back 3, Dorgu, wing back, Cunha 10, Xerxes 10, says Leo. Don't say that, Leo. Don't bloody say that. He's right. He's right. It could be a 3-4-3. It could be Dorgu wing back, Dalot wing back, Luke Shaw, Martinez, and Heaven. I think it will be a back 4. I'm hoping it will be. I really am. But let me know your thoughts. But yeah, look. First and foremost, get the win tonight. Move on to the next game. I think the fixtures favour us quite well because we play tonight and Leeds go to Liverpool on Thursday. And then we play Sunday lunchtime. So it's a very quick turnaround for Leeds, whereas for us, we get an extra couple of days, which we're going to need. I mean, look, it's a very decimated Manchester United side. I do think that any other game in the league, I'd be worried with that team. Even if we were away to Bournemouth, I'd be worried with that team. It's, there's a lot out. There's a lot of players out. No Mason Mount, not even on the bench. No Mainu, no Bruno. No Maguire, no De Ligt, no AFCON players, Mazraoui, Ahmad, and Mbeumo. So look, it's about winning the game, and 3 points is what matters. A win again without Bruno will send a huge message. Bruno will be more relaxed to see that other players are stepping up. Otherwise, he's always tense, says Seth. If we win tonight, we finish 4th in the new year, says MG. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. I mean, it's about what happens in May, but obviously you confused me there. But thank you very much. Thanks for your super chats. And please do smash a like on the video if you're tuning in, by the way. We're nearly at 1,000 likes already, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. We will be keeping you up to date with what's going on in the Villa-Arsenal game. No Declan Rice for Arsenal tonight. I've got Chelsea-Bournemouth on at the moment on that screen. They are now leading 2-1. They were losing 1-0 to Bournemouth, but the referee and the PGMOL decided to be inconsistent and give them a penalty for things that don't normally get given as a penalty. So there we go. Gad says, why don't you go to see a real Man United game and live it? I've been to plenty, mate, and I went to one last season, but we are the biggest and best Manchester United channel in the world, and I put you lot first. I'm happy to do it. It's fine. And if you have a problem with that, good. I don't. United will lose today, says Brian. Still on the Christmas champagne, I see, Brian. Wolves are the worst team in the Premier League history, says Abby. Yeah, I don't know. But I do think that it's... I agree. I do think they are one of, if not the worst Premier League side I've ever seen. But they obviously did something against Liverpool at the weekend. And they obviously did something out against against Arsenal a few weeks ago. In fact, and Villa. Villa scored a worldie to beat them. So on the road, they've been okay, and they don't concede as many goals as Bournemouth on the road. So look. If I was, I can't even remember his name, Rob Edwards. If I was Rob Edwards, and he ain't going to be watching, I would play a back five with a midfield pivot block and pace on the break. Now, I don't know whether he's done that. I don't know enough about Wolves. They're shit. I don't watch them. But they've got Mane, Hwang Hee-chan and Arakader as their front three. Strand Larsen's on the bench. So is that pace on the break? I don't know. They have got João Gomez today. He hasn't been playing. But they don't have Andre. He got suspended. And they did have a centre-back last season. I can't remember his bloody... I mean, this is how little I watch Wolves. What's the name of the centre-back they had last season that they bought and did really, really well with? Get in, Bournemouth! It's from a long throw! Oh, get in! Delo will love that! Show that to Delo. 2-2. Kluivert, 2-2. Cracking game at the bridge. Could be another 4-all. It's a long throw as well. Can I just shock you? I love long throw-ins now. And long may they continue. But it is 2-2. Kluivert's just scored. Back post. Flick on from a Semenyo long throw. Hey, you know what? We've had Liverpool fans taking the piss out of us because we do a lot of long throws. Actually, I've just realised he's signing for Man City. Man City, that's coming to you very, very soon. But I don't care. I want Chelsea to drop points. I think they're vulnerable at the moment. I really do think Chelsea are vulnerable. And it would be great for us. It would be a late Christmas present. Rook says, first game on Peacock today in the US since November. I can finally watch live. Come on, United, says Rook. Well, hopefully it'll be a win. What is worse, Arsenal or City winning the Premier League? Well, I'd rather Arsenal win it than City, but, you know, each to your own. Andreas, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you so much for getting your badge in the chat. Anyway, I hope you're all feeling good. What was the name of the centre-back who... it was Garnacho's fault. I'm going to tweet it. Thank you, everybody, for the assist. I've tweeted it. Sesko needs to score and Amorim needs to not make mad kamikaze subs, says Lee Galdart. Welcome to the Members Club. Evening, Mark and fellow legends, says Mike JW. Can I wish you all a happy and healthy new year? Well, look, this is our last watch-along of 2025. So, yeah, happy new year to everyone. We'll have content for you tomorrow and New Year's Day, but it's our last watch-along. Hate finding the channel in the US, says Mrs. Stone. Just got sacked on my football manager career, mate. Any tips, says Connor? Yeah, just start again. It's the one thing in life where you can just reload it and start it again. They brought a centre-back last year, Wolves, and he played really well for them, but they were getting beat. But I don't think he's playing for them tonight because I can't see the name. Was it Bueno? Might be Bueno actually. Although I don't think it was a left back. Big physical player, played centre back for them last season. I think he came in January. Oh, he's at the AFCON. Agbadou. Agbadou. That was who it was, yeah. Bournemouth has scored again. Bournemouth has scored again. I think it's 3-2. No. Oh, no, that was the first goal. Sorry. I was going to say, he's given another penalty. He's given a bloody other one. It's the same again. No, it's still 2-2. Sorry. Matt Casey says, the most balanced side we've had all year. Agreed. Mate, I love the back four. I love the back four. Look, I completely agree with Amorim that changing that system is a bad idea because it makes you look weak because it's not what you're all about. However, he can cover it off with injuries. And we do look a lot better. And on the formation, the real issue is going to be if he continues to do it when all the good players come back. Because I think that Brighton have got a penalty. I think that I like this. I like the Manchester United back four. I love it. But I'm a late converter. I am a late converter because I didn't really think Amorim should do it. But now that he has done it, I really like it. God, Wiz's goal was piece of piss for Newcastle. Have you seen it? He nearly missed it as well. So yeah, very, very happy to see the back four. You know what it is about the back four? It's like, you know when it's Christmas and you're on social media and you're swiping away and you just see a nostalgic Christmas tree that reminds you of when you were growing up and you just feel, ooh, all good inside. That's what I feel about the back four. I see a Man United team playing a back four and I just think, oh, that's so familiar. And that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. So, look, long may it continue. The big pressure point with the back four is going to come when we get Bruno back because I don't think he can play in the midfield in a back four. When we get Ahmad and Mbeumo back, you know, that's when it will. But hopefully he'll stick with it. If any United player gets a hat trick, you have to sing the Agbadou song, signed, sealed, and delivered. Like if you agree, please chat. Says Tom. I'll sing Agbadou, but I won't sing Agbadou because he's not there. But I'll sing Agbadou if we get a hat trick happily. The 4-3-3 is probably easier for all the youth players as well, says Ian. Good point. There's a lot of young players on the bench, and they can probably play that system better. So yes. Warming up as a back three, Mark. Dorgu on the left, says House of Zom. Oh. Nexo says, why are we warming up in a back three? It's a trap. It might be Admiral Akbar FC. It's a trap. It's a trap. We might not be playing a back four. We warmed up like this against Newcastle. So we might not be playing a back five just because we're warming up like that. And also, we shouldn't be playing like that at home anyway. We shouldn't play like that at home anyway. We'll win nothing with Lemens scoring at last minute. We'll win 1-0 with Lemens scoring in the last minute, says Mazraoui. I'll bet you a new car that it'll happen. If you want to give me a new car, that's fine. I bet it'll be a little one. Formation be looking like a Christmas tree, says Bear. And JJ, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much for that. Well, look, everyone's giving their thoughts there. Let me just see if I can find some quotes for you from Amorim before the game, because he might have given us some hints about it. I like what he said about, we've got to approach it the same as every other game. Doesn't matter whether Newcastle are a better team than Wolves or whatever. But this is what Amorim had to say about Xerxes. He just needs to do his part to show his talent because he's a talented guy. He needs to step up in the duels because the rest, he has that. The fans love it, and just do the job and have fun. Which is great to see. Kobe Mainu at the ground, Bruno at the ground, neither of them on the bench, of course. Chris Wheeler in the mail saying that Galatasaray is stepping up interest in Agate. Well, I don't think he's going to go. Agate's not going to go anywhere, is he, when he's playing games? Nice to see Obi on the bench. I would love to see Obi come on and smash it in. Amorim says, a new surprise in terms of the lineup. We're going to play with 11 players. The most important thing is the mindset and the energy. The formation can change during the match. And on Mason Mount, he says, Mount felt something, but I don't think it's serious. I think it won't take much time, but you never know. He's not ready for this match. I mean, I don't see that as a positive. On Mason Mount, I don't see that as a positive. He's had 5 separate knocks this season. So whether it's a long time or not, it's still a problem. It still disrupts the flow. you know, it still means that we can't use him today. So look, it's all right saying it's not a major problem, but it's every other week, isn't it? He's always got a knock. I don't know what we do about it, but I like the player. I think he's a good player, but like, we need to wake up and smell the coffee. It's just very frustrating. Whether it's a game or not, he's still not available, is he? Also says it's a completely different match from the game we played at Molineux. We don't know what formation Wolves will line up with today, so we have to be ready for anything. The responsibility is the same. We have to perform and we have to win. I think that the way Wolves lined up at Molineux, I mean, please, I'd love them. I mean, do you remember what they did at Molineux? They tried to play open. I would love to see them do that, but I don't think they will. I don't think they're going to come and play as open as they did against Molineux. I think they're going to try and sit back a little bit. Another penalty for Brighton. They're 2-1 up if they score it. Bloody Robbie went with a Brighton win as well. Are you going to watch the games on Thursday, says Ben? Yes, I'll be live on That's Football for that. I mean, I'm sort of doing That's Football tonight. Share the video because I've got Chelsea-Bournemouth on. It's 2-2, and I'll change that to Villa-Arsenal when we kick off, and Man United are on this screen. He's bloody missed it! He's bloody missed it! He's missed it. At Brighton, it's still 1-1. There we go. Why would you think we were not playing a back three with Dorgo on the left wing back? It's like fans still don't know what Amorim wants to do, says Micho. Well, I'll tell you why, mate. I'll tell you why. Because on Friday, he played Dorgo on the wing and we didn't play a back five. So I just presumed we would stick with the team that won. But yeah. Mark, what countries do you think has the most United fans, like top five, says Bear? I don't actually know. I would say you've got to go on population, and you know, in that case, it could be. I mean, it could be China, it could be India. On population, I don't know. It's me's gifted a membership. Legend, thank you very much. Appreciate for that. Apparently, we warmed up with a back three, so we might play a back three. But look, you know what? The best will in the world. It would be nice to play a back four and win 4-0. But ultimately, there is a large part of me that just thinks, you know what? We just need to win games of football at the moment, don't we? Daniel Thompson says, hope you're well, Mark, and the United stand. Thank you for the watch-alongs this year. Always fantastic. Let's end 2025 on a high. Let's go to work. Come on, United, says Daniel Thompson. Appreciate that. Thanks for all the super chats that are coming in. And we are about 7 minutes away from the start of the game. There are 4 other games going on at the moment. If we win and it stays the same at Stamford Bridge, then we would be 5th place out. In fact, we'd be 4th place outright because Liverpool don't play till Thursday. So that would be quite a nice end to year, wouldn't it? It would. It would. And look, I know there are those of you out there with a nervous disposition who've been let down by Manchester United so many times that you worry about anything. And you're probably right. But I don't think it's unfair of us to want to see Manchester United winning this game tonight. And expecting Manchester United to. It's one thing to say we're going to win easily, and I think that's arrogant. But it's another thing to say we expect to win tonight. And we do expect to win tonight because we're playing one of the worst teams in Premier League history. Make sure you share the video, by the way. We've got nearly 20,000 watching already. We're still about 5 minutes away from kickoff. So please do share the video and get involved with the United stand. You can subscribe bottom right-hand corner as well. Players are in the tunnel. Lissandro there leading us out. That's another thing as well. You know, I was very impressed with the concentration levels of the team on Friday, and I think a lot of that is reflected in the manager. So in the manager, yeah, but in the captain. So let's see how things go. Not a lot on the bench if we need it, if we're being honest, but hopefully we won't need it. I mean, the funny thing about Wolves is they've got Strand Larsen on the bench, who was, you know, people were looking to buy him for 40 million in the summer, and he's on the bench for the worst Premier League side. But look, let's see what happens. We've never comfortable games, Mark. I'm worried, says Apex. I think the most important thing in a game like this is to ideally score early, but more importantly, get control of the game. Don't let teams get a footing. We want them to be defending a lot. We want them to be defending for their lives. We want to have a lot of possession. We've got to dictate the game, and we've got to be in control. Morning from Melbourne, says Adam. Is that New Year's Day? No, sorry, New Year's Eve morning there. Well, good morning, and welcome to New Year's Eve if you're in Australia. Have a good game. Let's get the win. Happy New Year, legends, says the goal protocol. And Happy New Year to you, mate. Wolves side is better than a few weeks ago, and we are weaker. This will be close, says Niall. Alan, welcome to the Members Club. Sorry, thanks for super chat as well. A to win says, give us a win so we can go on the piss with Georgie Best one more time in 2025. Thank you very much for that as well. And Artad says, if Conor Gallagher comes to United and earns an England call-up to the World Cup over Manu, don't you think it would make Manu resent United and not come back? I wouldn't give a shit about that, mate. If Manu's not going to get picked by Amorim, I'd rather us pick a player that's going to make us better. That's not me. That's not our problem, is it? We can't think about that. Ross McCray Magician, hope you're doing well, sir. He says, it's ridiculous how they can have loads of games on TV tonight, but if this was a Saturday because of the UK 3 p.m. blackout, there wouldn't be. It's madness. Well, yeah, it just shows you can have every game on, which we have got every game on. Moose One, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you so much for getting your badge in. We are about ready to go here. Players are on the pitch, just lining up. Let's get 3 points at Old Trafford for the last time in 2025. Still 2-2 between Chelsea and Bournemouth, by the way. Could do with Burnley equalising against Newcastle as well. I mean, I know we're ahead of Newcastle, but I don't really want to see them in the rearview mirror. Not at all. And I'd love to see Chelsea drop points. I'll tell you what, if Chelsea drop points at home to Bournemouth, that makes us drawing to Bournemouth at home not so bad. There we go. Okay, we are 3 minutes away. Had to have an ultrasound on my liver, says Jabbo. Oh dear, and kidneys to find out why I've been roasting with a fever of 104 from Friday night with no flu or COVID symptoms. So who knows? Well, rest up, mate. Hope you get well soon. Keep us informed. Bloody hell, Bournemouth nearly scored again there. Michu says, if we keep another clean sheet, I don't want Bruno to play in the midfield again. Keep him out of the team as long as we are winning. That's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. Stretford End looks absolutely fantastic again with the flags and the banners. Looks absolutely incredible. Superb, in fact. So very, very impressive again from our fans. People are saying it looks like it's a back four for United. Yabba dabba doo. That's what we want to see at home. And let me get the timer up on the screen as well here. So we're about ready to go. In fact, we're a bit ahead of schedule here because it's still 2 minutes to 8:15, so they might be messing around a little bit here. I hope Xerxes stays and scores today. Let's go Man United, says John. Happy New Year, Mark, says Alan. Do I want Xerxes to stay? No. Controversial take. He's only playing because everybody's injured. So I think if he stays, he'll find himself on the bench in next to no time again. I like Xerxes, but do I want him to stay? Well, no. That's not the right answer. I would like Xerxes to stay because I like Xerxes. But I think for his own good, he probably should leave because he's only being played because we've got nobody else, isn't he? And when everybody else is back, I don't think he'll get picked. Didn't Martinez prove how effective he is on the midfield instead of Agate? He would make us so much better, says Mohamed. Thank you very much. Bloody hell, look at Man United's injured bench there. It's incredible. Mason Mount, Mainu, Maguire, De Ligt, Bruno. Oh no, it's not De Ligt. I don't think De Ligt was there. Let's see if Gomez has a better audition than Baleba. Yeah, he didn't play against us in the last game, did he? Goldie, when's Cooking With You coming back, says Real. It will definitely be 2026 now. unfortunately. But yeah, hopefully early in the new year. Right, let me get this timer ready. I'm just keeping an eye on Chelsea game as well. And then I'm going to switch over to, and there we are. We're up and running. United, let's bloody have some. Let's have some. Let's have some of that. Let's have it. So let's get on the front foot here. Looks like a 3 at the back. Definitely looks like 3 at the back. Luke Shaw's very wide. Martinez central. So it looks like a 3-4-3 actually. Although I can't see Delo. No, the Delo's there. So yeah, you can see Casemiro. You can see Cunha. You can see Agate. I think it's a 3-4-3. I can't see where Delo is, but it looks like Dorgu and Delo are very high. So I can't see where Delo is. It's hard to tell. Look, it's most importantly, Cunha and Xerxes are more central, so they're not wide. So it looks to me like it's a 3-4-3. How wide's Delo? Yeah, Delo's very wide. Yeah, I'd say that's a 3-4-3. Yeah. Which is fine. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. It's absolutely fine. We shouldn't get lost in it. But, you know, it's not as clearly a 4 at the back as it was on Friday. This match is a free hit since we beat Newcastle, as we'd only expect to have got 3 from 6 anyway, says Camille. So I'll chill out if we lose. Shut up! You're talking like a bloody camel. Travelled all the way to South Africa for holiday, but cannot miss the game. Let's get it, boys, says Angry Brit. Enjoy it, pal. And we need to get the win today. These are the kind of games we have to win, says Vinay. Absolutely. How long is De Ligt out for? Seems like it's been ages, says Dan. Yeah, good point. I mean, I think with De Ligt, I can't remember when he got injured. I mean, Maguire got injured in the... what was the game that Maguire got injured in? Was it... I think it was Forest or Spurs. So he's been out for a very long time. And De Ligt's probably been out for a similar amount of time as well. Early free kick here on Cunha. Good run. Morning, African lost Taiwan. Mark, hope we win because time range here sucks, says Tabiso. Xerxes hat-trick today, says Frank. Thank you. Yeah, look, I don't want to spend the whole show looking at the formation because I'm sure it will transition at times and we haven't seen Wolves on the attack yet. But it certainly looks like it's a 3-4-3. It's not the same as the way we started against Newcastle, which is fine because it is his system and he probably wants his wide players to join the attack and keep Cunha and Xerxes central. So on... Corner to United. As I said, on Friday, we knew it was a back 4 because we could see Luke Shaw and Delo and we could see Dorgu and Cunha ahead of them. We know it's a back 3 here because we can see Dorgu on the other side, Delo on that side, and we can see Cunha and Xerxes tucked in. So it is more of the standard 3-4-3 with an emphasis on attack. It's certainly not a back 5. So look, you know, Amorim's got to do what he wants to do, hasn't he? Anyway, corner here. Most important thing is to win. That nearly went in from Luke Shaw on the corner. And good recovery there by Agate, who is quick. Like Agate in a foot race there, and he is quick. Agate's quick. You know, if that was Casemiro, that could have been a one-on-one. So good recovery pace from Agate there because it was a race to the ball. I can accept Maguire and De Ligt missing, but not seeing Bruno for 2 games in a row doesn't feel right, says Boy. And Alex says, I'm not sure if you already covered it, but do we think the 3-4-3 would work much better with more disciplined midfield, says Alex. Well, yeah, that's a great point. Let's see. We've got Agate and Casemiro in the 3-4-3 instead of Casemiro and Bruno. So we should hopefully see a more disciplined midfield too, which I said a couple of weeks ago, if you put Garner and Sander Berg in our midfield in a 3-4-3, we'd get top 4. So let's see how Agate and Casemiro perform in it, because I do think that that's a great point. Devin says, is it a formation change? I wouldn't say it's a formation change. You know, I think we've seen this 3-4-3 a lot. How can we have so many injuries only 1 game a week? This team can't handle Europe, says Emperor. Martinez looks good with the captain's armband. Has to be the vice captain when Bruno returns, says Yuri. Well, he must be the vice captain because Casemiro's played the last 2 games and he's not been the captain. So this lad looks lively. Shit pass though. That was good. Number 36 for Wolves looks lively. Mane. Don't know much about him, but he does look quite lively. Another free kick on Cunha. They're saying it wasn't a free kick. Let's have a look. He seems very adamant it's not a free kick when it's really just not in a very dangerous position. I think it looks like a free kick. Let's have a look. Maybe he didn't touch him. Well, doesn't matter. Happy New Year, Mark. We're in Manchester, aren't we? Says Adarsh. Thank you, pal. 0-0 between Arsenal and Villa. I've got that on there. Let me just let you know what's going on in the other games because it's currently 2-2 between Chelsea and Bournemouth. So if we can win this game and Chelsea drop points, that would be great for us. Newcastle are 2-1 up at Burnley. Forest are losing 1-0 to Everton. And it's 2-1 to West Ham against Brighton. I didn't know they'd got the second goal. This is quite a good free kick position here. You want to whip it right in on the goalkeeper. I think it's Cunha who's going to take it. Get it right in on the goalkeeper here. Against his former club as well. Straight into the wall. I tell you what, if Cunha hadn't been moaning about a handball then, I think he'd have got that. Nah, not a handball. Straight into the body of the player. Yeah, his arm's close in and it's hit him there, so... Not a handball, unfortunately. Gyökeres has just headed one just over the bar for Arsenal. Mark, no spoilers on Villa versus Arsenal. Mate, you're in the wrong place if you're not expecting that, mate. I can't, even if I wanted to not give you spoilers, you're in the wrong place. What we don't want to do is let Wolves get used to knocking the ball about. That's better. Good interception. Get us back in possession. Thanks for your super chats. You can do that through the $sign. I think I've caught up on those. Thank you so much. Yes, I have. There we go. Thank you very much to Ardash and Yuri. And please do share the video. We're so close to 30,000. Just click the share button. Share it on your socials. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Has the carousel broke? I've probably just not started it, to be fair. Let's get it going around. Dale says it's still 0-0. What's going on? Amorim, mate. Look, in fairness to Wolves, they nearly got something out of Arsenal a couple of weeks ago. And they nearly got something out of Liverpool on Saturday. So we'll just take the win. There's a long way to go. To be honest, I'd like to have seen a back four. But it's not a massive issue because... with the back, Wolves are clearly going to park the bus. So if you utilise the 3-4-3 properly, then you will get the ability to push Dorgu and Dalot high like wingers, and you've got 2 number 10s and you've got a striker. So, you know, it could work for us quite well. Havins just gifted a membership. Legend, pal. Casual Gamer, thanks for your super chat. Still 0-0 Arsenal and Villa. No Declan Rice for Arsenal as well. Another injury. Imagine we win 4 games in a row without waving long ball Inshallah in the middle and he comes back for game 5 and we lose it. He has to get out, says Holler. Wishing you all a happy new year, says Nectar. Let's fucking go Reds. Happy new year to you and yours. Placed any bets today, Mark, says Emil? No. I think today's games are... That's a nice ball over the top by Martinez. Dalot making that run as he always... Nobody... You know what? Dalot should do it more because he never, ever, ever gets tracked, does he? Good recovery by Aiden Heaven there. No one ever tracks Dalot. He should be scoring 30 goals a season. Just run forward. No one ever goes with him. Total disrespect. They won't be laughing when he puts the ball in the back of the net. Is it Sir Alex Ferguson's birthday today? I always thought Sir Alex Ferguson's birthday was New Year's Eve. You're not far off, but I think it's New Year's Eve. Goal kick there, crap cross by Wolves. Hi Mark, we have Ethan Williams from United up here on loan at Falkirk. Sorry, I said Falkirk. Falkirk, some player, love him, says the casual gamer. Well, I'm glad to hear he's doing well, mate. Thanks for the update. Appreciate that. Newcastle lead 2-1. What do you think, says Rashi? Well, I think Newcastle need to win, pal. I mean, you should have beat Chelsea. You probably shouldn't have lost to us, although we'll take it. So 1 point from your last 6. When I think you've played reasonably well, you really should be going to Burnley and winning. That's exactly what we want to do a week tomorrow. Finn says we look so much better with the back 4. Is that longing for the back 4 or because you think we're playing a back 4? Because we're not playing a back 4. The Moose one says, if we win today convincingly, a floodgate of opinions about how, why we didn't do that before. If we win, celebrate and move on to the next game, United. Says the Moose one. Yeah, I don't think you can overanalyze games at home against Wolves too much. Because the same thing happened at Molineux. And what was the next game after Molineux? Was it Bournemouth, where we drew 4-4? So, first thing, we need to start getting clean sheets. Backhammering with 5 and 2 proper midfielders. When we get players back, we look to score more, says Micho. Curious that Martinez is central centre-back and not Heaven, says Mish. Yeah, but that makes total sense. Like, he's the captain. He's the most experienced player. He should be the centre-back. We're not playing a back 5, Brim. We're playing a 3-4-3. Dorgu and Delo are ridiculously high. It's not a back 5. I know it can be a back 5 in a 3-4-3, but it's definitely not a back 5. It's a 3. Twirly says, has Sesko even touched the ball yet? Well, I'd like to see us, Wolves are obviously going to set up quite defensive. Absolutely fine. They're giving up a lot of fouls. You've got a 6'3" striker. Let's put the ball in the mixer. Casemiro's tried to do it there, but we've got to stop looking for Delo as well. He'll score in a minute, but we are always looking for that diagonal into Delo. He's not bloody Roberto Carlos. He's Delo. So work it up, put some crosses in. Villa should have had a penalty, apparently. I did see somebody go down, but I didn't have a look at it. Looking a bit sluggish, not up for it. Bad passing, says Stig. And Man United have become an eyesore to watch. Gone are the days where we used to smother teams like Wolves, says Ash. It'd be interesting to see how Dorgu is again back on the left after a great performance on the right against Newcastle. CF26 says, I love full cock. They are hard watch, though. And we move on. Wolves, I'm watching Wolves knock the ball around here. And it's just, realistically, they're a championship side, aren't they? I know they are in the Premier League, but they've got 2 points and we're halfway through the season. So they're basically a championship side. I don't really know much about them. Good tackle by Heaven. Here we are. Now, we don't have a lot of pace in this team, but that's a good hold-up play by Sesko. I think Cunha's got to be the outlet for pace. A lot of people are talking about slow build-up. Yeah, but this is why, if we're going to be slow build-up, we need to move our way up to the pitch. And what I haven't seen us do yet, that's a nice ball by Dorgu into Sesko. He's done well. Oh, he's done very well. Good play by Sesko there. Good play. Held it up on the touchline, came inside and got the shot off. And, I like that. I like that. It might take something like that. Might take a bit of individualism tonight to get that first goal. He's done really well. He's bullied the defender there. And it should be a corner as well. I think that was going in. That was actually going in. It should be a corner. Has he not given it? No. Fucking hell, that was a corner, that was. Very, very good by Sesko. But as I say, look, what we should be doing is working our way up the pitch and putting some crosses into the box because we don't have a lot of pace. So transitioning quick is probably not the best. I mean, we've tried that Delo ball, but predominantly you've got Xerxes, Sesko, Casemiro, Agate. There's not a lot of pace in the natural attack. Obviously, you've got Dorgu and Delo down the flanks, but I think we need to work our way up the pitch a bit and try and find a way to score. I mean, Villa are playing very well at the moment, by the way. Lots of people in the chat saying Villa are doing well. I've not been keeping an eye on that one as much as this one, obviously, but they are on the attack at the moment, Villa. We'll keep you up to date with that. Another diagonal by Dorgu, by Agate. Need to stop these long diagonals. I do have an air fryer, Joro. I haven't used it over Christmas. Gone for the traditional oven, but we do have an air fryer, yes. Yeah, I mean, another diagonal there by Agate trying to get, I think it was either Cunha or Dorgu in, but we're not in a rush. You know, we've got a long time in this game, and I think you'll find that crosses into the box could be very useful. It's like a rugby game, passing back and long ball, says TJ. Am I the only one engrossed in the Arsenal game? Bit of a slow start in hours. Double screen job at the moment, end to end in the Villa game. Yeah, they're doing well. It's a good game. We're missing Mount. Someone to connect the play, says Buffon. I mean, one of the big advantages about Wolves are, I'm not going to say it, they're not particularly prolific goal scorers. I think they've only scored 2 goals away from home this season or something ridiculous like that. You need to get up, mate. Whoever's down on the floor there needs to get up because he's not going to give a foul. Sesko. He's up now. Havin says, I'm already not liking this. I shouldn't be nervous about playing Wolves at home. Need crosses into Sesko. 100%. 100%. We need to slow it down a little bit, move up the pitch and utilise Sesko. Yeah, we do seem a little bit obsessed with that long diagonal again. But this is better. Delo, you could have whipped that in. Why is he coming backward? Give it back to Delo and let him cross. Again, look at this again. Trying to find Delo in behind. Why didn't Delo just put the fucking cross in? He had a great opportunity there. You can see Sesko moving towards the back post. Delo's got it, looks up and goes, and passes it back. Looking for the run in behind from Casemiro. Just whip the fucking cross in. He's 6'3". We're missing that right winger from last game. Gareth Dorgu, I believe it was. Xerxes body language reminds me of Rashford, says Gaz. 3:33 a.m. Happy New Year Eve, Mark. Amazing show, says Seth. Oh, Happy New Year if you're on New Year's Eve. Well, it's not New Year's Day, but you know what I mean. The Irons game currently, and it's been an exciting one, but I'm listening to this at half-time. Come on, United, says Brandon. Well, whoever you're supporting, good luck, Matt Pal, because you're in our chat and you've given us a super chat. So whoever you're supporting, I hope they do well. Air fryer, honey and chili, glazed parsnips are delish, says Steve Woodley. There we go. Did we spot a stickers, run and pass it to them, says Jack Brown. Thank you very much. Thanks for your super chats. So nearly 20 minutes gone here. Lots of comments about Xerxes. All I'd say about Xerxes, I haven't massively noticed him. If they whip a cross in here, I'm going to lose it. They have. Why are they whipping bloody crosses in and we're not? Over the bar. Fucking hell. Why are Wolves putting crosses into the box and we're not? At least it's not a corner. He's 6'5", Sesko. See, first chance they've got, cross comes in. Look what happens. First chance Wolves get to whip the cross in, they do it. We've had about 5 chances to do it, and we don't do it with a 6'5" striker. Still 0-0 Arsenal and Villa. That's a lovely ball by Martinez. Oh, no, it's not. We're out of position a bit. Let's win that second ball. Stig says, let's just face it, we're so bad, such a shame. We look piss poor so far, says 1 Inch Wonder. Oh, you can't let a player turn like that. Get rid of it, get rid of it. That's lovely by Dorgu. Love that. 5 at the back, at home to worst team in the Premier League. Officially Amorim out. Doesn't get what it means to be United, says Mystery Man. Way too early, mate. Way too early. Way too early. What are your thoughts on Stoke, says Tom. With natural left and right footers on the proper wings, there should be no excuse to not have loads of crosses to Sesko. Well, that's sort of what I was thinking, Alec. When I saw Dorgu and Dalot and the defence that they've got and Sesko, I thought, it's not hard to move yourself out to the right wing or the left wing and just whip a cross in. And if you do enough of them, Sesko's big enough to win them. Dorgu's better at right wing than trying to defend on left back, says John. When Sesko scores his third, it'll open up the floodgates, says Keegan. When we score our first, it'll open the game up a little bit, to be fair. Right, now Dalot, but Sesko laid it off to him, so he can't. You need to be here, Dalot, don't run inside! Don't fucking run inside, get back on the wing! Bloody running inside. Wolves 35 passes in the final third to our 10, says GGMU. Why is there no desire to win second ball, says Having a Laugh. Still 0-0 Arsenal and Villa, by the way. I'll keep you up to date on the other games as well. They're just coming out for the second half. Dalot, the guy who refuses to pass for a tap into Rasmus. Why are we expecting the cross? He's got all the vision of a potted plant, says Bulbous. No, the reason I was moaning about Dalot there is he's got the ball, he wanders inside, he gives it to Heaven, who's the right-sided centre-back, and then he keeps running inside to a congested area, leaving no flank. And if he was out wide, again, that cross can go in. G-Money says, what's the plan tonight? I think we're looking to try and get people in behind with long diagonals. I think that's what we're trying to do. But as I said, I'm not a professional coach, and neither are many of you. But in a game like this, where Wolves are very compact, you've got to move down the flanks. And surely the whole point of a 3-4-3 is that, look at Dorgu at the top of the screen. We're looking for this long diagonal in behind. That's what we're looking for. Dalot and Dorgu are constantly trying to run in behind the back line. And I think that's just a little bit lazy. I think just move the ball gradually into the down the pitch. Be a little bit patient. Look, I know I could get a team to the left wing position, level with the penalty spot very, very quickly. Give the ball to Luke Shaw, bring Casemiro or Agate across, pass, move, get into the left-hand side, whip a cross in. It's hard to stop a team moving up the pitch to put a cross in the box. It's very hard. And also, you can switch the play. Go on, Xerxes. You've got him. Oh, silly foul. Silly foul. You had him under pressure and he pulls him over. Silly. Really silly. You had him under pressure and you drag him to the ground. Silly. Mark, how many successful crosses has Dalot completed? We're asking too much of him. He's not capable, says Tull. And Quackworth says, do you reckon we do analyse that surely they understand Wolves' biggest weakness is defending crosses and we aren't utilising it? It's ridiculous. Goldio says, book titles that won't be released: The Art of Crossing by Diego Dalot, The Art of Marking the Back Post by Dalot, and he needs replacing. Time to go. He'll probably get through one-on-one in a minute with a diagonal and score, though. Sir says, I feel like we lost quality players when players thought Man United meant they were already good, unlike Sir Alex, who raised players. Moravar says, why is Amorim always wearing white shoes? Because he's stylish, mate. Can't knock that. Good tackle, Casemiro. Let's move. The formation is awful. Shaw just stands doing nothing in a back three. Against Newcastle, he was overlapping, says Azza. Got to change it how it was against Newcastle. Everything works so much better than this. Well, I've just tweeted it there. I said the back four works so much better than this. No style of play, no crosses, just constantly looking for a long ball over the top. And we've created very little so far. Right, here we go. We've got high possession here. Move, get it wide, quicker. You've got to go quick. Dorgu needs to push to the touchline. Get to the bloody touchline. You can't tuck in. You've got to be the width. Now he's the width. Now put the cross in. That's it. That's exactly better. That's it. I know it didn't work, but that's it. He goes to the left wing. Martinez finds him, and we put a cross in. Good running by Aiden Heaven. Good feet by Xerxes. Goal! Get in! You see, it all comes from the cross. It all comes from the cross. Xerxes with the goal. And it's 1-0 to Manchester United. Look, a little bit of luck. A little bit of luck. But it all comes from the cross from Dorgu. It creates a problem. We win the second ball. Aiden Heaven flies forward. And Manchester United lead 1-0. Great tackle. Brilliant by Heaven. Absolutely brilliant. What a player. What a player. What a player. I mean, it's a bit lucky, but you need a little bit of luck sometimes. It's good feet by Xerxes, though. And he gets the shot off, and it deflects, and the keeper can't do anything about it. And we're 1-0 up. Look, it only takes a shot. They've done sod all. I don't care. This should open the game up a little bit now. But that's all because of Aiden Heaven. Absolutely superb. Brilliant. Brilliant play by Aiden Heaven in what's been a tough first 25 minutes. So, there we go. Xerxes did well. Good feet, got the shot off, got a little bit of luck. But what's the saying? If you don't buy a ticket, you don't win the lottery. So we've got our goal. We've got the breakthrough. People can just calm down a little bit now. We got the lead. 26 minutes. Not too bad. It was a lot. It felt like a long 26 minutes. But that'll do. And we might open up a little bit now. A bit more confident. I told you Xerxes will be missed if he left, says John. Too slow, indecisive in possession. Cunha to 10, says Adam. I'm convinced we'll do fine this season. Xisco needs time to fully adapt. Same thing Rasmus had. He'll come good as they will. Xisco will come good, Brandon, if we put some bloody crosses into the box. I mean, look, I know it was Aiden Heaven that made that goal, but ultimately it did come from getting the ball wide. Here we go. Put the cross in again. Put it in. Put it in. Oh. See, we're doing it down the left-hand side. We've figured it out now. Put some bloody crosses in. Now go to the right. Come on, work across. Work across. Work the cross. Good play by Dorgu. Now give it to him back. Now put a cross in. No, he can't now. Put the cross in. Switch to the right. Switch to the right. Where's Delo again? He's not even on the fucking wing. Look at where Delo is. Fucking thinks he's bloody Mo Salah. There's no width on the right-hand side. Feel it for Josh. Doesn't even look happy, says PX. How do you rate Xerxes' celebration, says Keegan? I like it. Magic little turn by Xerxes. That kind of player, says 1 Inch Wonder. Here we go. Delo's ran over for a long throw-in. This is what he's here for. Give him £500,000 a week. Happy New Year all. Hope we replace Xerxes if we sell him, says Christian. I think that's what Romano said, isn't it? Not that he hopes we get rid of him, but... That's why Amorim loves a back three with defender overloading. Defence, you get advantage, says Plast. We're definitely playing a little bit better now. We've got that goal, confidence. Okay, we're fourth. Stop all the games, says Chizzy. Still 0-0 between Villa and Arsenal. I love Heaven. He's so offensive in the head, says Stig. Heaven is proof that we can develop talent, says Nicky. Thank you very much. Well, look, nice to see a bit of positivity in the chat. It's been... oh, God, it's killing me again. They do look very blunt, don't they, Wolves? So I'm sort of thinking, look, I know they scored against Liverpool. They also got a goal against Arsenal. So we do need the second goal. We always need the second goal. You know why we need the second goal, though? Because I hate it when there's 20 minutes to go and we're winning by 1 goal and Amorim parks the bus. So really would like to see the second goal very, very soon. But that's lovely. Cunha, he needed to go quickly into Xerxes there. Looked like a handball by Xerxes, but by Cunha, but he's played on. That cross needed to go in. Look at Sesko in the middle. You see Sesko in the screen there. He's like that. Put the cross in. Dorgu could have put that in quicker. We're so slow. We're so slow in that position, in that there. Sesko was so frustrated because Dorgu gets it. If it goes in straight away, that's what he wants. Happy New Year to you and your family, and thanks for the entertainment in 25. Here's to 26 and top 5, says Marky. Yeah, I'll bloody love it if we can win these next 3 games. Leeds, Burnley, Wolves. Well, it'd be 4 wins in a row, wouldn't it, when you take into account Newcastle? Mazrez says, to be fair, a long throw is basically a guaranteed cross. It is, but it's not... The thing about a long throw in is it's not really a cross, is it? A cross has got whip, it's got low trajectory, it's moving around. A long throw in is just basically a balloon throw, isn't it? It's just a chaos ball. We need to sell Delo and buy Hakimi, says Iwi. No crosses because his square button doesn't work, says Wakas. John says Delo needs to be sold. Stop jinxing them, let them play. I don't know what that means, John. I don't know. Who's jinxing them? I don't even know what that means. Definitely playing better since the goal. A little bit more free, a little bit more confident. Lovely ball by Casemiro. Right, put the cross in, Dorgu. That's it. That's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. I love it. Sesko gets on it, heads it straight at the goalkeeper, but that's it. This is it. It's so bloody simple. It took us half an hour to start doing this. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. That's what I want to see. Get the ball out wide, get the cross in early, and let's see what Sesko can do. It's hard to score from that one, but you could say it's a warm-up. That's a warm-up one. Genuinely don't think they know Sesko's 6'5", says Ollie. What's your opinion on Xerxes, Mark? He's a bit of a niche player. I'm in 2 minds. I like Xerxes, King Louis, because I like flair players. But I don't think he has a future at the club that he deserves. I think, obviously, he's only playing today because everybody's injured. When Bruno and Mount are back, well, and then he's got Ahmad and Mbermo to worry about, you just can't see him getting minutes. Most important thing is we've got the goal here. Newcastle still 2-1 up against Burnley at Burnley. Chelsea still 2-2 with Bournemouth. Forest are still losing 1-0 to Everton. West Ham are still beating Brighton 2-1. And it's 0-0 between Arsenal and Villa. We'll keep you updated on those. Next game's Leeds, Sunday lunchtime at 12, I think. Is it 12 or is it half 12? It might be half 12. Ooh, not a bad shot by Wolves. Hwang Hee-chan over the bar. Best player on the pitch so far? I think you've got to say Aiden Heaven, just because of the massive role he had in that goal. I thought it was brilliant. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Cunha flicks it onto Sesko. Good defending. He's given an offside anyway. When De Ligt comes back, I hope we play Heaven, De Ligt, and then Martinez, says Archie. Why is Delo on front with Sesko and Xerxes on the right wing, says John. Yeah, we're not very good down the right-hand side today. I've seen a couple of crosses from Dorgu, which I like, but we should be replicating that down both sides, because if Wolves figure it out and overload the right, then we should be able to switch to the left. If Arsenal drops points, they'll blame Declan Rice, says Black Wolf. Thank you very much for your super chat. Apparently Villa have done quite well. I really wanted to watch that game, but I've not really been able to. Good interception by Delo. Sesko has fantastic attributes and athleticism. Look, I think Sesko has a very good chance of becoming a good player at Manchester United. He's a prospect. I completely understand why Amorim wanted ready to go, because he's got a lot of prospects and not a lot of not a lot of time. But if he can find time, I think Sesko will be a decent player. Right, watch the run of Cunha here. Lovely ball, lovely ball. Right, where are we going, Dorgu? Back post, back post, back post! Oh, I tell you what. We say back post. He nearly scored. Good play by Xerxes. Gets it wide to Dorgu. It's a corner, so it might have been going in. Let's have a look again. It's a good effort. Hard to tell. Good effort, though. Good effort. Sesko was open on the back post, says that. He was. I think the cross could have been dinked to the back post, but it wasn't far off. We'll let it go. I love Bruno, but I feel when we play without him, we may be a little less wasteful with the ball and our attacks looks a lot more lively, says Promo. Heaven, De Ligt and Martinez, he'll be a good back three, says Mrs. Stone. Oh, Sesko on the back post, nearly scoring from a corner. See what I mean? Get these crosses in. He's a bloody mountain. Look at this. Back post, peels off. And he hit the post. He hits the post. Would have gone in as well because Sarr was over. Sarr was on the floor. Let's see what happens again. Could the linesman's t-shirt be any tighter, says Bulbous. Al Halal will loan Cancelo. Why didn't we sign him, says Faisal. Let's see what happens with this corner. Again, we've lofted it up. Set piece FC wasn't far off. Been watching you for years, Mark. Is Amorim the man, says Chris. I mean, I'm not going to answer that here in front of 40,000 people. I think you've got to give him the season. That was close again as well. The corner comes in. Wolves are crap on set pieces, by the way. Look, you've got to give Amorim the season. And look, doubters, outers will say it's bloody Wolves, they're shit. You know, we should be beating Wolves. But you know, some of us would say, well, yeah, we should be beating Wolves, but it's not necessarily something we always do comfortably at home against a low block. So, oh, they should have scored there. Big chance into the box. Free header. And to be fair, Aiden Heaven loses his man here. And look, you know what? I haven't got a problem with that. He misses it, so I have a less problem with it. Aiden Heaven loses his man there. But he's a kid. And this is what I mean about prospects. He's won us a goal, and he nearly cost us a goal there. But that's what prospects do. It's good and bad until they become experienced. So he's gonna. I ain't got a problem with that. Those sort of things will happen. Could be. Thank you very much for that. Heaven class again. What a player we got here. We look much more patient as a team without Bruno. I don't miss him at all. Says Micho. Oh, Xerxes was intelligent there. That's not going to stay in though. Delo's throw never beat the first man. It's embarrassing, says Daniel. Do you think Baleba will be good for United, says Sir? I mean, look, I'd probably... I'm not convinced Baleba is the guy. But... Oh, careful here. Careful here. Wolves on the attack. Plays him in. Great save with the foot by Lemens. We've got to be careful. Wolves are growing in confidence here. Don't be shooting from there. Straight at Lemens. Good save, Lemens, that. De Gea-esque with the feet. It's got to be a little bit careful there. Wolves showing what they did. Again, it's very, very De Gea save that was. I really liked it. Wolves they're probably doing what they did at Anfield, to be fair. Just growing in a bit of confidence on the attack. Let's get through to half-time and just reflect. I get the feeling once Sesko starts scoring, he'll be great, says James. Feed him more, says John. Don't just let him put the cross in here. They're going to put a cross in here. Be careful. Well done, Xerxes. Mark, Happy New Year to you and your family. Your content is always brilliant. Thank you, James, and Happy New Year to you and all yours as well. My first time in Europe will be May 2nd to watch United-Liverpool. I think it will be a huge top 5 game at that point, says Edgar. Well, let's hope so, mate. Let's hope so. All this Sesko talk from everyone like he'll suddenly be a world beater if we cross other players aren't crossing because they have no confidence in him, says Goldio. People, they will not sack him. We're 4th at the moment, says Pedge. Shame we can't get Martinez to play a full season as he embodies everything United should be about, says Jake. Naturally raises the standard of everyone. He's a great player. Well, look, I know he's missed the last couple of seasons with injury, but hopefully this is the start of the recovery. We're going to need the second goal here, you know. I'm not worried, but we're definitely going to need the second goal. This is not the walk in the park result that some people thought it would be. We're anything but dominance. You know, we've got the goal. We deserve the goal. We're putting a lot of work in, but Wolves are certainly not just going to lay down, and they're not the same team we played at the Molineux, that's for sure. I don't know whether they've got the firepower, but they're going to have a go. You can see that. Definitely going to need the second goal. Then I'll breathe easy because they don't score many goals. Corner. So Wolves. I fully believe Lemon's I Am Dome story is such an upgrade, says Jay. I mean, it was a load of bollocks, but let's believe it. I can't wait until the 60th minute when Amorim subs on 6 centre-backs. It's my favourite part of the game, says Gaz. Is Baleba hurt or is he as petty as my ex-girlfriend, says Nectario. And if United win 2 games in a row without Bruno, Ricky's going to be loving it. Nevster says, hi Mark, hope you and the family had an amazing Christmas. Just got out of work. Have I missed much? United stand keeping me going during busy chef life. Oh, well, Nev, I hope you've had a great Christmas as well. Probably very busy if you're a chef. Thank you. Had a very good one myself. Enjoying this period. And a Happy New Year to you and your family as well. Let's see what happens with this corner. We're right on half time. Flicked on by Xerxes. Headed in by... Oh, woof off! Woof off! Oh! Go and chew on a fucking bonio, you bastards. Absolutely can't fucking believe it. I literally was just saying they're going to come back into it. Fucking hell. Who let the dogs out? Xerxes flicks it on. That should never go in. That should never go in. We should have somebody on the post there. That should never go in. It's like a butterfly's fart, that. It's got no power in it. He's headed it beyond Le Mans, but somebody should be there. Fuck off. I did say that, didn't I? I said it wasn't looking like the sort of dominant performance that we maybe thought we might get against the Premier League's worst side. They have looked probably like the way they did at Anfield. They have looked quite confident. And we're going to have to work for this. We're going to have to work for it. Which is fine, you know. That's fine. We're going to have to work for it. Only a minute added on. Nice ball into Xerxes. He's got to wake up a little bit. Silly Agate. Silly Agate. You've got him in the fucking corner and he flies in with a tackle like that. I don't look at the chat. I really don't. I don't look at it. Give me your thoughts. I'm going to sit down. I mean, look, people will moan at Xerxes, but he's got to try and win that header. If he doesn't win that header, they might score anyway. Unfortunately, he flicks it on. My biggest concern there is that why are we clearing the box out? Why are we clearing out the goal mouth when we haven't cleared the ball? And look, I used to play defence. We'd always have, I mean, we're talking the 1990s here. When I used to play defence, we'd have fullbacks on the post. And when that cross comes in, the goalkeeper tells you when to get out. You don't run off the back post just because it's been flicked on. That's not a clearance. If somebody boots the shit out of it to the halfway line, you run out. But I can't, you know, there's nothing Le Mans can do there. That header has got no power in it, but the precision, if there's a guy on the back post or is a guy anywhere near the back post, you clear that. So very, very frustrated. Very, very frustrated. Give us your thoughts. Half time. Let me stop the clock. Manchester United 1-1. Look, this is a mirror image of what happened at Molineux. We were 1-1 at half time. So I'm not going to panic. There's a whole 45 minutes to go. Let's chill out. Let's not get stupid. You know, let's have constructive conversation. But before I get into your comments, would I make any subs? Well, no, because we haven't really got any apart from kids. So, look, I think that the irony is that right before we scored, I said I prefer the back four. There's more system, there's more vision, and the players seem to operate better in it. We've created very little, and the goal we scored was because Heaven won the ball, ran into space, and then Xerxes got the shot off and it deflected in. It was, you know, it wasn't conducive of the way we've been playing. All I've seen in the first half really is this constant looking for a diagonal ball in behind for Dorgu or Delo. What's actually worked against the low block is getting the ball wide to Dorgu or Luke Shaw and whipping the cross in, which is actually where the goal came from. You know, that came from a clearance that Heaven won. The right-hand side is massively confusing. Delo is tucking in and giving no width on the right-hand side at all. And when he gets the ball out wide, he won't put the cross in. So, look, I think expecting good football from this Manchester United side is probably a bit of a big ask. But expecting 3 points isn't. And the pathway to 3 points, I think, is to build it up the pitch, get the ball wide and whip the cross in quickly, because they're crap at crosses. We've nearly scored from 2 corners at 1-0. They're a rubbish team from set pieces and crosses. We've got a 6'5" striker, whip the ball in quickly. And you can see the frustration of Sesko at times. There was a point where Delo could have put it in. He's gone to the back post. It doesn't go there. You can see he's frustrated. There was another one from Dorgu where Dorgu gets it. He doesn't put the cross in. And you can see Sesko going like that. It's the same old problem, but that comes from the training ground. It comes from the coach. Like, we've got to get the 3 points here today. And I think that, you know, to do that, we need to look at a 6'5" striker and put some crosses into the box. As for the goal itself, I just don't know why we clear the back post so quickly. There's nothing Lemens can do, and it's only flicked on. It's not a clearance. So why we're clearing this? I don't understand why we're all running out of the goal because of a flick on. It's crazy. The cross comes in, Xerxes heads it, but he flicks it to the back post and then he heads it in. And you're looking at our players and we're all running out. Why are we running out? Deal with the cross before you run out. Madness. Madness. Statistically, that's a bit disappointing. I thought we would have been up at 60% possession. Again, it's a low possession game for a Man United side at home to the worst team in the Premier League. They've had more shots than us. They've had more on target than us. We've had more corners. That's a little bit disappointing. That I think we've got to up it a little bit in the second half. If we're being completely honest, Everton have just gone 2-0 up against Forest. Still 2-2 with Chelsea and Bournemouth. You see, the opportunity's there. It's there. Chelsea, Bournemouth, 2-2. If we can win, we go above Chelsea outright. Give me your thoughts then at half time. Look, I'll be honest with you. It wasn't. Get your comments in. I'm just going to read these super chats. But my thought is, again, I can't see patterns of play. I can't see rhythm. I can't see Costa system. And I can't see confidence. What I can see is determination and fight. But sometimes I think we need just to simplify the game. We've got a 6'5" striker. We've got massive width in a 3-4-3. Let's utilise that. Let's get some crosses into the box and get in front again. Rob says, Wolves are dominating us in the midfield, which always happens. We need to get more in the midfield, put Dorgu right wing again. The difference is we are in 5th gear. This is the best we will produce, and let's be real, it's crap. United haven't even got into 1st gear, so when you guys go up a few gears, you'll hammer us, says Matthew Paul, who is a Wolves fan. This is very... Tell us more, Matthew. This is making me feel better. JJ says we need to switch to a back four. Well, we do and we don't. I like the back four, but Amorim's not a back four coach, so I don't think we can demand that. I do think if we went to a back four, you could have Luke Shaw and Delo, Martinez and Heaven. You could put Dorgo on the right, Cunha on the left, Xerxes behind Sesko, and a midfield too. I think it would suit us better, and it would give us more numbers in the midfield. And it would allow us to play a little bit higher, and it would allow us to get more overlaps, and it would allow us to put more crosses in. So I would like to see the back four because I want to see more crosses. 15 goals in 6 games so far. Even if the game does not go your way, it's a decent day for Premier League watchers, says Ben. What position is Delo, says Kent. He's all over the place. Slow and lazy in the midfield. No second balls. Heaven, Dorgu, Sesko, only one's up for it, says Kent. Can we start blaming the players, says 44. Get me some more throw-ins and we'll score again, says Diego de Throw. 3 centre-backs, 2 full-backs, 2 DMs against the worst Premier League team, says Muad. And if Rashford was here, it would be a different story, says Kyle. As soon as we go back to 3-4-3, utter shit and have had enough, says Cal. Can't understand why we allow Wolves to dictate, says Matthew. Got to win this, no pissing about when we have to get to win it. Look, there's a lot of conversation about system. What is it? The PRV? Performance, results, vision. Honestly, vision and performance, not there. We've got to get the result. We're half time, just got to get the result. And the best way to get the result is to utilise Wolves' biggest weakness, which is crosses, and our 6'5" striker. I think Delo is horrible, but my mates love him because of his passion. Yes, Scooby-Doo was his favourite player as well, says James. Dorgu not marking. Le Mans must work on positioning, says Mr. I personally don't think Le Mans can do anything there. You're right behind the header as it comes in. We'll see it in a minute. I don't think he'd need go-go gadget arms there. He's basically left covering his whole goal as well, because if he goes front post, he's not saving that either. I think they bail out on him too quick off the line. I'd like to see it again and see who was on the post. Welcome to the Members Club, Jack. Thank you very much for that. Le Mans should do better there, to be fair, but not all on him. Almost looked like he wasn't at full stretch, thinking it was going wide. Better second half. Well, I'd like to see it again then, Omjit. I'll take your word, but I'd like to see it. People clamouring back to a back three is diabolical, says Alonso. Worst half because the whole team has been slow, not just the midfield, and the fullbacks have been poor. However, the system is working, says GD7. Yeah, I don't feel like, we do talk about the midfield a lot when Bruno's there because he's out of position. But I think you raise a great point. Is Agate and Casemiro playing well? No. They're not. I think Casemiro's been very, very quiet. I think Agate's been very, very quiet. The midfield's been very, very poor. And this is why, when you look at who's to come back, Bruno's not a midfielder. Mainu never gets picked. This is why, for me, you can't suffer till the summer. You need to go and get a Conor Gallagher or a Ruben Neves because they're going to be better than that. And we have an opportunity to get into the top 5 this season. Leaving that midfield is criminal. Really criminal, because that's Wolves' midfield, and they're missing one of their starting midfielders as well. One word crap, says Glenn Castle. Outplayed by Wolves at home, reverting to crap tactics. When are people going to wake up and see Amorim is clueless, says Andrew. At least the record is safe since we're not in front at half-time, says John. We're garbage at home. Is this a mental block, says Jim. We were good at home, Jim. Up until the international break, we were good at home. When you think about it, Chelsea, Brighton, Sunderland, Burnley, we were doing okay at home. Since the international break, lose to Everton, draw to West Ham, draw to Bournemouth. Obviously, we beat Newcastle, but yeah, we seem to have lost our way at home. We need to switch to a back 3. Back 4 doesn't work, says Mac. United are a great energy-saving team. They never forget to turn the lights off, says Kenneth. Booing at half-time, says George. Well, I would hope that wasn't happening at half-time. It all started from Delo allowing another cross, says Gaz. I'm so sick of this Cunha. He's a ghost, says Stig. Back 3 will always lead to a back 5, which always leads to inviting the pressure, says Shahin. And this is a symptom of taking our foot off the pedal. We invited way too much pressure, says Alec. And this is on the manager, says the mystery man. Playing a back 5 at home to the worst team in the Premier League. Amorim out. Not fine. Should beat this Wolves side in our sleep, says 1 Inch Wonder. And me, the lemon lover, says, I'm glad I didn't get a ticket for this crap. He must see now that a 3-4-3 doesn't work. Please change it back to 4-4-2. We look so bad. I think that, look, I said this jokingly when we were winning after half an hour. I said, hopefully, let's get the second goal because I'll hate it in the last 20 minutes when he parks the bus and invites the pressure. I felt we did invite the pressure anyway. There's something about an Amorim team at the moment that when we go 1 in front, we do invite pressure. And, you know, we're clearly not good enough. There was a warning sign from the cross that came in and the guy got there ahead of Dorgu. There was a warning sign from the shot that Lemens saved with his foot. When you think about it, they've probably had as many good chances as we've had. And 1-1's probably a fair result. I forgot about those chances. So, look, if you're Wolves at half-time, you're definitely going, this might be our 3rd point of the season. So, and if United, Amorim's got to, inspire the big kick up the arse again, hasn't he? That's what naivety does to revert back to a 3-4-3. And Delo plays netball, can't ping a box into the box for Sesko, says Lee Cape Town. And Arna would have saved that, says Evangelo. Imagine if the half-time record is lost to 2 points Wolves. Well, it can't be now because we're drawing at half-time, Rob. Do you think Heaven is similar to Twansebi? How Heaven played last week was reminiscent of Twansebi versus PSG, says Quackwith. Well, no, because it didn't work out with him, did it? Okay, let me have a quick look at what else is going on here. Still 2-2, Chelsea-Bournemouth, 10 minutes to go. That would be a start if we can win. That would be a definite start. We need a back 4 manager, says 95 Trace. This starting 11 is tragic. Just look at that, says Pedro. Could have been one of the best managers since Sir Alex. He'll go down as the worst. 3-4-3 won't work with these players and the board won't buy better, says Josh. Amorim out, clueless manager, scared of playing 4-3-3 because he knows his system is shit, says the mystery man. United make a huge assumption that if we suffer until the summer, our suffering will then end. I believe in that scenario, our suffering will intensify, says Kia. I don't see us winning this, Mark, says Ruben. Look, I have to believe we will win it. We're playing the worst team in the Premier League. They've only got 2 points in 18 games. And we're at Old Trafford. And we can't blow the lines of going into the top 4 again. So we have to find a way of winning it. I would take confidence in the fact that Xerxes' goal was fortuitous. It only takes a shot and a deflection. What we've got to do in the second half is make sure that we're not going to win it if that's what it is at half time, at full time. They've had more shots than us. They've had more shots on target. First and foremost, we can win this game if we start to create more chances. That's what he's got to do. Xerxes not doing enough. Put Lacey on and go 4-4-2. Kieran says, playing the worst Premier League team in history at home and it's a 50-50 game. We're shockingly bad. 7 defensive players against Wolves is embarrassing, says Kieran. And Goldbridge and United in the doghouse could see a first Wolves win incoming, says SAS. The guys who say Amorim out are really stupid, says Pierce. Old Delo is a sodding cheerleader, says The Beautiful Game. Lindelof thriving under Emery and Sancho as well, says Baltier. And Delo was part of a game of whoever stops across is stupid when he was 12 and he never stopped playing, says Gods. The system chat is now poisoned, sack the manager, says Corey Lineker. Who do you think the best Australia player ever was, says Duchess. I like Tim Cahill. What does Delo bring to the team? Nothing, says Mongshish. And we need to feed the ball into Cunha and Sesko. It's a must. And that Pratt on commentary needs to shut up for once, says ZK. I don't know what he's saying. I'm not sure what you mean with back four. We're building up with a 3 and defending with a 5, says DKM. Well, Fletcher's coming on again, isn't he? I think. Here at half time. Am I right? Am I right? Is that this game? Yeah. Xerxes. Fucking hell. That's safe to say that's the end of Xerxes then. Hooked at half time. Oh shit, I've just missed the timer. What's your thoughts on that? Hooked at half time, scored the goal. But was he bad? Look, great opportunity for Fletcher, trust in the youth. People say he doesn't trust the youth. Right, get the cross in. Go to Shaw and put the cross in. Tickle him. Could have used Shaw then, but he did put the cross in. That's it. Get the ball in the mixer. 50-50 balls. Go on, Martinez. Well done. Well done. Right, let's start off this second half with a bit of oomph. Our only threat is set pieces. There's no pace, says Quinstar. 4-3-3, 3-4-3, 1 week. 2 formations I've never seen before, says Seth. 3 defenders looking after 1 striker at Old Trafford is shit, says Jason. Something has been spotted in United's defence. That's the second identical header we have conceded in a few games. Amorim is a stubborn dickhead. Dear Ian. Didn't we beat Wolves with a 3-4-3, says Jeremy. We're not even bad, just need some better players, says Stardust. I don't see Amorim out, nor do I understand all the negativity. And Call Me Ragged says you cannot win a match without a midfield, and we don't have one. All Amorim has to do is make a few tweaks, and it's 4-1 again. 95 Trey says we need a back 4 manager. We've done that one. Thanks for all your super chats. I'll read those out as they come in. Good sub. Lots of people happy with Xerxes going off. Look, my thought on it is that although he scored the goal, there was a large amount of luck and generally not enough intensity. Bit of a passenger. Can't have a passenger in a game like this. So if Fletcher's going to bring a little bit more oomph, then it should make us a better team. You can't carry players. And I think Xerxes against Newcastle didn't look like he was enjoying it. And again today, looked a little bit like, wasn't enjoying it again. So ultimately, we've got to try and win the game. Have we gone to a back 4? Some people in the chat are saying that. Well, I'll have a look. Lek says Xerxes crap. He's slow and uninspiring. Lupus says it would likely be the same even with the 4-3-3. The issue is individual errors both in attack and defence. We need a better squad. Just look at that bench. You can also see that he is better in attack. Dorgu, says JJ. I don't think it is a 4-3-3, a back 4, because Dorgu's still playing on the left. So it's still a back 3, says Pro. I haven't really had a good look yet because the camera's not panned out. We've started off with a little bit of intensity, which is good to see. I'd imagine Fletcher is playing next to Cunha. Cunha's very central. Dorgu is Yeah, Dorgu's definitely playing on the left. G. Dan says, I think Xerxes was playing well. Are we watching a different game? Bruno's got his phone out. Probably watching the United stand. I know Tom Heaton's a fan. I get it now. Wolves think they're Man City, says Kenneth. I tell you what, it's still 2-2 between Chelsea and Bournemouth. And I know we moaned about drawing at home to Bournemouth, but if Bournemouth get a point at Chelsea, that makes our point against Bournemouth a little bit more palatable. Look, we see. Look, half time probably came at a bad time because they scored before it, but they were on top. So it looks like we've come out with a little bit more about us in the second half. We're attacking the Stretford end, which is always a good thing. Thanks for all the super chats tonight. And please do share the video if you're watching. We're very close to 40,000 again. Absolute legends. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, bottom right-hand corner. Live every morning at 10 o'clock, every night at 8 o'clock, and obviously match day coverage for you as well. Player ratings will do as well. You can register for those as it goes round by scanning the QR code, getting yourself registered for free. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. Star for your man of the match. Better start from United this. Put the cross in, Agate. I like it. That is a good cross. Delo wins it. Cunha, better. Every time we put a cross into the box, it does seem to work. It just creates a bit of chaos. Wolves are terrible on crosses into the box. Delo wins that. Cunha on the volley. Would have took a worldie. Arsenal are winning. 1-0. Didn't see it. Gabriel. What a valuable player he is. What a valuable player he is. I think up until the injury, he was their player of the season. Is it a corner by any chance? It is. Corner comes in. Martinez fumbles it. He's there to head it in. I mean, it's probably a foul, but they don't get given. I mean, he's got an elbow in his face. I think that'll get given. Space Cowboy says I think it will get ruled out. Hard to see. I don't think it will, because I don't think the elbow actually hits him in the face. I think it will get given. I think it will get given. Sticky Sausage says, system my hole. It has nothing to do with the system. Players are just not good enough. No intensity, no drive, no fight. Shocking. Feel for Amorim. Wolves got the equaliser before half-time. Last time we played them, and then we ended up winning 4-1. Calm down, we've got this, says James. Goals been given for Arsenal. Come on, United. Put the cross in then. Heaven with the block. Casemiro. Oh, if he's onside, he's offside, Sesko. He's offside. I think he was offside. Good, great cross by Casemiro, though. Look at this. Outside of the boot. Brave by Agate. I think he's on. I think he's on. I think he's on. I think he would have been on. What a cross by Casemiro that is, by the way. Some things you don't lose. That was actually on. Another corner. I agree with you. I agree with you, Hipsy. I think the goal's coming. Another corner to United. Bit of a controversial goal there for Arsenal, but I think it was a goal in the way that they referee the games these days. Luke Shaw's going to take this. Gregory's got a comment about Xerxes we'll come back to in a minute. Let's see what happens here. 53 minutes. It'd be nice to get the goal. But then again, if we get the goal, we'll sit bloody back, won't we? Get the goal. Get the goal first. We'll deal with that later. Ooh, another header won. Delo. This is embarrassing. These players don't care, says having like, oh, I think they do. I don't think they don't care. I just don't know whether they're actually good enough. That's the problem. Mark, I think Xerxes' body language for me at the start of the game was not a good impression for the coach, but again, I don't blame him, says Gregory. Wolves goalkeeper. Yeah, Sesko would have been onside there. Newcastle have gone 3-1 up against Burnley. Bruno Gomes, that's a win for them. Brighton and West Ham is a draw, 2-2 at the moment. Everton have won at Forest, big win for them. Chelsea still 2-2 with Bournemouth. If we can win here, well, I'll show you the league table if we can. Arsenal have scored again, I think. What? That looked like it was over the line. That looked like it was over the line. It can't be. How's that not gone in? That looked like it was over the line. How's he not given that? It can't have been over the line. They've got the technology. Arsenal have just scored Zubimendi, but I'll tell you what, if he had a bad arm, if he had a bad hamstring, Sarr there. So a backwards header, it's going in. It goes past the keeper. How's he kept that out? Oh, he's easily kept it out. Easily kept it out. It wasn't over the line. It looked like it was going in, but he's done really well. We've got to beat this team. They're so shit. They're nearly scoring in their own goal. We can't be giving them a point. They've got 2 points in 18 games. We cannot be drawing with them at Old Trafford. We have to win this game. Well done, Casemiro. Well done, Martinez. Just get rid of it. Agate's going to have to be careful. Don't get a yellow card. Terrible header from Sesko. That one on a plate, and it dropped to the plate on the floor, says Joey. Sesko's 22. Let him develop, says Martin Bland. Agate giving off Fred vibes, says Aditio. Be a big win for Arsenal if they win this. 2-0. Why is Amorim playing defensive, says Even. I don't think he's playing defensive. It's a throw into us. Chelsea 90 plus 4, 2-2 at home to Bournemouth. That's a big result for us. We've got to win this game. I'm almost at the point now where I don't think we can rescue a good performance, so let's get the 3 points. I'm not putting the league table up until we're winning or until Chelsea have drawn with Bournemouth. West Ham 2, Brighton 2. I think I went for a draw in that. Mark, would you take a McFred midfield right now? No, because I don't think McTominay was a very good midfielder. I mean, he wasn't a midfielder. I mean, look, we can't talk about that. Bit of space here. Come on. Dalot plays everywhere, but he's positioned, doesn't he? Fletcher just getting bullied off the ball there. It's a tough job for him, you know. It is a tough job for him. Well done, Heaven. Well done, Heaven. Good tackle. Mark, I'm here to remind you, says Zone, that you said Chelsea would finish over Liverpool and maybe United also. Have a good one. Happy New Year. Wow. Zone, why are they showing us GDS? Clearly didn't go in. I can see that with my eyes. Look at the white bit. We're missing 9 first-team players to injuries in AFCON. Calm the hell down. Let's not turn into headless chickens like Tottenham fans, says Andreas. Yeah, Andreas, I think in fairness, like, I still think we're going to win this game, and I am quite calm. But just to play devil's advocate, Andreas, we lost to Everton at home, we drew to Bournemouth at home, we drew to West Ham at home, and we're drawing to Wolves at home after an hour. So, you know, I don't think the negativity is necessarily, you know, without its cause. Where's the urgency, says Man United 84292. So many opportunities this season to benefit from other teams' poor results. We can't let this slip, says Derek. And Eddie Mack's in the house. He says, evening, Mark. Just got the whole wee lad to bed, just sitting down. How's the game going? And how lucky was Anthony Joshua? Sad he lost his friends. I mean, I've not spoken about it, mate, but I don't know the details of it. But apparently he was behind the driver. They both lived and the other two didn't. So I don't know whether the cars hit on that side or seat belts. But yeah, I mean, look. Very, very lucky by the sounds of it. And tragic that he's lost his friends. How have we been? It's been a typical United performance, I think, Eddie. It's disjointed, confusing. But ultimately, we just got to win now, haven't we? I think that's where we're at. How's Heaven form is recently? It feels reminiscent of how Twansabi was against PSG, says Quackworth. Second one tonight. Jack Fletcher sucks. I know we don't have players, but damn, he's terrible, says Marcus. I mean, look, it's very difficult to be thrown into a game like this. I hope he can score as the winner. Go on, Dorgu. Got to put... Look at where Sesko is. Look at Sesko. Look at Sesko. Look at what Sesko's doing off the ball. Look at where he is. He's going to the back post. Now put it in. It's got to go in. Do I see a pattern of play, Mohammed? Man United's pattern of... Searching for a pattern of play with Man United is like searching for the invisible man in fog. Ooh, yellow card for sure there. No, let it go. They fell through the windshield. Either a catastrophic seatbelt failure ×2 or seatbelts weren't. Tragic, says Inquisition. 30 minutes to go. I beg you don't waste my time, says Captain T1. Well, Chelsea have drawn against Bournemouth. We have to win this. We have to win it. West Ham 2-2 Brighton, Newcastle 3-1 Burnley, Chelsea 2-2 Bournemouth, Everton 2-0 Forest, they're all done. Arsenal are 2-0 up against Villa with half an hour to go. We're 1-1 with Wolves with half an hour to go. A few people are saying, why are we sitting back against Wolves? I think you can misinterpret and misprofile a game. We're not sitting back. Wolves are definitely looking to hurt us on the break. We're certainly not sitting back. We just haven't got the quality. We haven't got the patterns of play. We haven't got the rhythm, the chemistry. We're not creating enough chances. I don't know what the chances are in the second half. It looks like we've had one shot on target in the second half. Great save, Lamens. Oh, what a miss. Bloody hell. Oh, I thought he'd scored. Lamens has just pulled off an absolute worldie. Amazing save by Lamens. That's made me feel confident because when he does that, headed into the box, Heaven loses his man. Great save and oh my God. How has he not scored? This is a great save by Lemens, but this follow-up, oh, I think he saves it. I think he pushes it away with his hand. If that's a corner, I don't think he misses the second chance. I think it's amazing reflexes. Let's have a look. Yes, absolutely brilliant. The way he moves his hands there, that is world-class by Lemens, that is. World-class reactions. I don't think they even get the corner. He saved us again there. Stopped us losing our record at home the other day. That is incredible. I thought after the first great save, the Wolves player missed an open goal. He got up. We've been given a goal kick as well. Wow. Feel sorry for Amorim. No options, no signings, says Francis. Fletcher kids average at best, says Yellow Blaving Suit. We're so threadbare. There's no creativity, no subs to come on. We'll end up losing this. Got to win it, says Glenn. 3 centre-backs against the low blocks is 95 trade. He's going to, maybe a little bit early at the moment, but he's got to play caution to the wind at some point. Agate, Shaw, Delo need to go. They offer nothing, says Havin. Shoot. Oh, straight at the keeper, Agate. But you know what? People say we've got loads of players out. Can I just give you some breaking news? Man United knew about the AFCON in the summer. We knew Ahmad and Mbermo and Mazraoui were going in the summer. When you deep it, De Ligt and Maguire are centre-backs, and we've got 3 centre-backs that we could use today. One of them's on the bench. So although De Ligt and Maguire are a loss, we have actually got centre-backs. Bruno is a loss, but Mainu we never use anyway. So, and then the other three, we knew they were going to the AFCON. So I can't be that sympathetic about having 9 players out when we don't use Mainu anyway. We've got centre-backs. And Mainu and Ahmad and Mbermo, we knew they were going to the AFCON. So it's squad preparation, isn't it? What do we have on the bench to change this? Nothing, Daniel, really. I mean, it's Makeda time, isn't it? You chuck a kid on and hope that they can, you know, give us something. I just worry about Wolves growing in confidence, you know. Why do we... Anana could never do that, says the legend. Please call my brother Max a prat, says Dylan. Don't get the negativity about Fletcher. He's been okay, says X. I think it's a tough... I think when you're chucking kids into this environment, it's difficult. I don't know. I sort of agree with you about Fletcher. What do people expect? You're expecting prime Scholes? Like, they're kids. The kids being thrown in, they're not going to be ready. You know, they're not going to be ready. They might produce a moment of magic or something, which would be great, but they're not going to be ready, are they? I'd chuck Obi on. Take a defender off and chuck Obi on. That's a nice ball into Cunha. Struggled a bit, Cunha. Look, we need to win the game, don't we? I personally don't see the value in Cunha. I don't see how Xerxes was any more of a passenger than him. Says Adam. Yeah, but he's one's an Amorim signing and one's not. Oh, here we go. We'll be all right now. We've got a long throw coming. I don't care. As long as we score, we can take the piss out of it afterwards. He never beats the first man anyway. He never even beats the first man with these throw-ins, does he? I mean, he's not bloody Semenyo, is he? Is he actually any good at throw-ins? How far can he throw it? He doesn't even beat the first man. He actually can't throw it very far, can he? I'd never really analysed the low long throw, but he actually can't throw it that far. Another corner. Some fans abuse young players when they play, then complain when they don't. You can't demand development while tearing kids down. Grow up, says John. Right, we had a good couple of corners in the first half. I need more booze to get through this, says Eddie. I've had a night off tonight. I realised it's New Year's Eve tomorrow, and I realised that I've had a drink every night for about a week. And I thought, you know what? Tonight I'm going to have a night off. And I have been quite calm, actually. Cunha is struggling because he isn't being coached properly. Cunha at Wolves was more organised than United, says the Fergie way. Right. I'm with Malik. I'd take anything here. We're just so desperate. Score the goal and then we can sit back and defend for 20 minutes. But for the love of God, please score the goal. I want to put the league table up. I just don't want to show it until we're winning. Right in on the keeper, Luke. That's good. That's good. They've headed it away. It's going to be another corner. Hold on. So if United win this, they're above us and Amorim's job is in danger. Someone bloody call Maresca. Dude is dead, says Rub. Jay, thanks for Super Chat. We're a championship level team without Bruno, says Yuri. And we've had 5 memberships gifted here by Jamie, TDC. Thank you, mate. Thank you so much. You're a legend. Right, let's see what we can do with this corner. And he's punched that away. Manager and back 3 crap need to go. Ruins players, says Class of 99. Hi, Mark. Can you shout out? Oh, I'm not shouting that out, Latte. It sounds like it's not true. They need to sort their shit out. The players are playing their own games in their heads, says Superdoodle. Should try Bianchi up front. Biancheri up front. Sorry, Jack Quackworth. Look, at least we're on the attack. I mean, we're not doing a lot of defending here, so only 4 shots on target each. That's what we need to go up. We need to start creating some bloody chances here. Getting a bit nervous now. I'm starting to feel a bit sick. I don't want to be that team. 3-0 to Arsenal. Trossard has just scored. Comfortable win in the end. Who'd have thought Arsenal would be more comfortable against Villa at home than we are with Wolves? Oh. I mean, I don't want to be... Look, there's 20 minutes left. Let's calm down because statistically, we should... I think the footballing gods would say to us, calm down. You're playing against a team that's got 2 points in 18 games. The chances are you will score. Just stay calm, keep working, and it will happen. Sesko's made plenty of great runs, says Latin boy, no final pass. Andrew O'Brien, hold on a minute. Work the overlap, put the cross in. Oh, goal kick. Are Arsenal fans here or watching their team play, says Rub. Presser comments made it clear, says Andrew O'Brien. No incentive to improve us. If we do well under 4-3-3 or Cobby works, he looks bad. Better to sabotage tactics or trollers with Fletcher. His only solution is asking for cash, says O'Brien. Lenny Yoro's coming on. And I think Mantato's coming on as well. I'm Portuguese. I hope Delo gets injured for the World Cup. He's doing nothing, says Francis. Slow, boring, uninspiring. Don't recognise the club, says Josh. The lack of urgency and ineptitude is maddening, says GB Gary. And I'm sick of these throws. He can barely throw the length of himself, says Beaton. Sad about Delow's throw. If we're going to do long throws, surely someone's better than him, says Daniel. That's a good ball. Fletcher's lost it. Go on. That's good bite. I think Dorgu's done all right. I actually think in a shit game, Dorgu's done okay. Question is, what's the board doing? We play this crap every week. How on earth do they spin this as a positive, says Robbery. We sold 4 wingers in the summer, says Muad. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 17 minutes away from giving Wolves their 3rd point of the season. We need to sort our shit out in the next 17 minutes. Aiden Heaven off and Agate off. I don't know much about Mantato. Is he a right back or what position does Mantato play? Wolves have 8 players out. I don't want to hear Amorim's excuses, says Shahin. We're not missing Bruno, apparently, says Brian. Bringing on a centre-half to shore up a point, says Gaz. What are your thoughts on Wolves, says Brendan. I've only tuned in now. I don't think they're that good, mate. I mean, they were bloody dreadful at Molineux. Like, ridiculously shit. They've been better here, but I still don't think they're very good. I mean, I really think they're a championship side. Like, they're not a very good team, which doesn't say a lot for us. Ball to Fletcher and Sesko, always open, says X. For the love of God, take a defender off and put on an attacker, says Clay. I hate this team, says Corey Lineker. Fletcher's only playing because of his dad, says Nathan. I hope I'm wrong, but we all know how this ends, says Daniel. Well, bloody, but it needs to end with a win. I think Mantato's like a right wing back, isn't he? That's where he's gone. And I think Delow. Great tackle. Shoot! Bloody hell. Never give up, says Rick Astley. And ball! I'm surprised they didn't give that. I thought Delow handballed it. Genuinely can't believe Wolves didn't appeal. I thought it was a handball. I thought Delow handballed. Even I shouted handball. Fucking hell. It's close. No, it's chest. It's chest. It's chest. It's all right. It's all right. Fucking hell. I was like, no, not with 15 minutes to go. Fucking hell. Oh, even I shouted handball. I think I was only shouting what we all thought. That was so close. This is Harem Football, says Connor. If we lose, would it be fair to say the manager has to go? No, they won't get rid of him if we lose. Even with Bruno, this team around him would have made no difference. Poor planning from the board, says Listy. Dorgu's sole player who seems to be giving something. I think Dorgu probably does get man of the match, doesn't he? Unless someone can win it here. It's going to be a throw-in. So we've brought Yoro on for Heaven, which changes nothing. And then we've put Mantato on for Agate, and Delow, I think, has gone into the midfield. No. Fletcher's gone into the midfield, and Delow is now playing as a 10, I think. Although that doesn't make sense, because Delow was just at right wing back a minute ago. So I don't really know what we're doing. Yeah, I don't really know what we're doing with the formation, because Delow, Mantato's gone to the wide. Yoro and Luke Shaw and Martinez are still a back three, which means Delow. I don't get it. honestly don't really get what we're doing here. Look, you can't moan if we win. I think that's what I'm holding out for here. Ref just made a better interception than anyone in our midfield, by the way. That's a nice ball in behind. And Luke Shaw's not going to get there. Oh, what a save. I think he saves it. I think Lemens saves that. Look at the lack of pace from Luke Shaw here. He's got none. He's just not got the legs anymore, has he? I think it's been a shit game by Luke Shaw. You know, Gary Neville said a few weeks ago he's a waste of space. I think that's what he means. It's not a nasty. It doesn't mean like you're a waste of space. You're a bag of shit. Just like you're a waste of space. Like that, what he's done brings nothing to the game. You may as well be playing a back four and have a winger. Standards in the bin. We need the points now. This lot will switch off after March to protect their spots in the World Cup. You can't trust them, says Paul. Delo's the most bizarre player ever, says Daniel. Christine says, Happy New Year, Mark. Well, we've got to defend the corner here. Get rid of it. That's it. Good play, Sesko. Just boot the shit out of it. Get it out. Christine says, Happy New Year, Mark. Sitting at a Sydney airport, flying to New York. Send positive vibes. Come on. Well, Christine, the positive vibes are that you're going to New York and you'll have a great time. Don't rely on Man United. Can't believe you're having to say if we win, says Local. Mate. Kian says, I shouted, shut up, Mark, when you screamed that. Wife jumped off the couch. Yeah, apologies for saying handball, because I just sort of saw it and I thought, I just you know, sometimes you give a natural reaction. I just saw Delo do it and, you know, I've seen so many penalties and you go, handball! Even though it would have been against us. Forget cooking, can this team boil water, says Special. Amorim is a fraud, talks well but clueless, wrong on system and tactics, subs, youth, Bruno, Cobby, just blaming media instead of admitting he's being stubborn, says Jack. Amorim could be gone come the morning, says Superdoodle. If we don't beat Wolves, this is the lowest we've fallen, says Miguel. Take this makes Wish Club out like a sick dog, says User. Even with, look, Wolves nearly went with the long throw in there. It's a it's a foul throw. They can't even take throw-ins and we're not beating them. We could have lost this one. Le Mans man of the match, says Kiro. Can we please remember that? Can we please remember that? Le Mans has made some amazing saves in this game. 4-0 to Arsenal, by the way. An absolutely fantastic result for them. Still 10 minutes to go. Crazy how people don't want Gallagher when there's literally two holding midfielders bar Mainu, says Bernardo. This is so hard to watch. We can't string 3 fucking passes together, says Jonathan. Oh, I thought we'd scored. I'm looking. Oh, you know when you look back to the screen, I saw Sesko heading it. It was just no power on it. I mean, again, we should have had more of that. That's a good cross by Luke Shaw. Sesko probably should do a little bit better. It's catching practice. Where's the power on that? Well played, Martinez. Pratt saying Amorim out. How about we blame the players who've been through 5 different managers and are still trash, says CBZ. Handball. Obi for Sesko may not make any difference. We need someone to drive the ball. I'll read that in a moment. Neville's doing me head in talking, banging about system. Hard work out does any system. Players haven't worked hard enough or been aggressive enough, says Matt. Imagine after this Wolves go on a heroic escape run only because of us, says Shahin. Obi for Sesko may not make any difference. We need someone to drive the ball and take people on. Perhaps worth giving Shea Lacey a shot, says Tyrus. Obi Sesko may not make any difference. We need someone to... Yeah, I've done that one. What a mess. Manager has had the ingredients to make a decent apple pie since the summer, but still insists on trying to make a cheese omelette, says Stephen. Pratt's 2 games in a row now. Cunha's not the guy. Absolute ghost, says Mano. I think he was good in the first half against Newcastle. Hard to watch, says Jonathan. Thanks for all your super chats tonight. Please do subscribe to the channel, bottom right-hand corner. And don't forget to do your player ratings. Mark every player out of 10. I mean, look at that league table. Win the game and you're in 4th. Can I just get that back? Surely not again. Look at that. Win. We get another 2 points. We're joint 4th. And the worrying thing is that the teams behind us again, closing gaps, Newcastle and Everton. You can't be dropping points. I refuse to believe this can happen, even though it could happen. That guy's never getting a haircut, says Bartley. Look, hopefully a lot of you watch the show during the week, the 10 a.m.s, the 8 p.m.s. If you've been watching the show recently, there's a lot of people who come in the comments and say, it's always so negative. You're always so negative. Can you now understand? I mean, I'm not going to say I told you so, but you know, the United Stand hardcore people who are here on a 10 o'clock show and an 8 o'clock show. You read the comments and people are going, oh, you're always so negative. You're always so negative. Can you understand why? I mean, whether we win the game or not, can you actually understand why some of us are negative? This is absolutely shit. At home to the worst team in the league, who've only got 2 points all season, and we're desperate. And we might, you know what? We might do an Arsenal. We might do an Arsenal. We might get a late goal, and hopefully we will. But trust the process, they say, says N. Watts. Tanai says you jinxed it. You don't need a system to beat Wolves or Grimsby, says the Red Stand. That guy's never getting a haircut, says Bartley. How is Cunha an upgrade on Garnacho, says Marlowe. Thoughts on João Gomez this game, Mark, says Mac. I think he's done all right. Like if you want Ollie back, says Stig. This is the worst I've seen United. All the other managers who have been here have done much better with bad players, says Stig. Well, I've tried to jinx it on X. I do have jinx powers on X. I'm trying to jinx it. I've said surely we're not going to give Wolves their 3rd point. What? Dear me. There's a player injured here. Here we go. Bit of space. Right, that was a foul, ref. I know Cunha's been taking a few tumbles, but that one was a foul. I genuinely think the ref's not giving us a foul there, and that's a bit harsh. I mean, people are saying Amorim surely has to go now. I don't think you go for drawing to Wolves. I don't think this board want to see him go. Here we go. Bit of break. Got to move it quicker. Keep moving quick before they get players back. Dorgu, man of the match, or Le Mans for me. Yeah, I mean, Martinez has been steady. Ref's been a bit shit, to be fair. Work it wide. Work it wide. Now put the cross in. Oh. Tried to take him on. Oh, here we are. Slipped player. Delo. Puts it wide. Oh, he's over it, that. Fucking hell. Mantato falls over on the cross. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Player ratings. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. If you haven't signed up for our player ratings, you can do it through the link in the description, or you can scan the QR code. Free to do once you've registered. Every game you can do it. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. Yeah. Really, really shit. Sesko. Too many players trying to take people on. Just work the ball. Get in! Dorgu! Lovely! Get in! Thank God for that! Oh, the man of the match! The man of the match! Offside! Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off! How can he be offside? You better be wrong, you bold brat! You better be bloody wrong! How can he be offside? How can you do that? How can you do that? He can't be offside. He's not offside. He's offside there. Oh, he is offside. He looks offside. Fucking hell, he didn't look offside to me. Yeah, you can tell by the line of the grass he's offside. Glenn says we're shite and we don't deserve a win. Wolves are the better team by a mile. I mean, I don't believe that. I mean, he looks miles offside. Sometimes the camera can trick you. He does look miles offside. Oh. Can't see how he'd be onside because I'm looking at the line of the grass, but which team has 2 points again, says Corey. We're a crap team with Bruno, Ahmad and Burmo. Not much to expect without, says Marlowe. We're shit, don't deserve a win, says Glenn. Honestly, I think we need a clean slate, new ownership, new management and completely new playing squad, says Jack. Wolves will score now that you've tweeted that, says Benjamin. Guys, please, I heard in the chat, Cunha is worse than Garnacho. Be serious, says KFJ. Even if we win, Amorim has to go. Idiotic tactics, says Mitesh. Spending 80 million on Sesko just for having Delo, Casemiro and Agate feeding him is a disgrace, says Jack. Nothing this light switch FC does any more surprises me, says K-Ray. This has been the hardest watch in a while. Will Dyer, says JPG. Thank the board for no squad depth. I mean, look, I just don't understand why he hasn't chucked Obi on. Why not go with 2 up front? Corner. I don't care how it goes in now. My heart's going like that. I can't believe that wasn't given. Well, it was offside, but what I'm saying is I thought we got away with it. I can't believe we can't beat a team that's got less points than a fucking triangle halfway through the season. Another corner. If this isn't Amorim out, I don't know what is, says Darcy. Look, forget your Amorim out shit. We've got a game here. If this isn't an indication that we need players in January, then what is, says Glenn. 3 points is 3 points though, isn't it? Oh, who was that on the edge of the box? Fletcher. Not scoring against Wolves at home is like not being able to build your own IKEA furniture. The pieces are there. Manager building it or not so much, says Chris. Amorim is shitting on the fans every week, says Sir Rob. I don't care, just a win, that's all, says the Moose one. Yeah, I'm not saying anything negative until the final whistle. Beat Newcastle with a back 4 and then draw to Wolves with a back 5, back 3-4-3, by the way, says Luke. We've got to be careful here. They're on the attack. And they've won a corner. There's only a minute left. Well, a couple of minutes left. I don't know how many times I have to say it. Pick up the phone and call Brazil. Ancelotti is our man, says CM N. Playing this conservative versus Wolves has to be a sackable offence, says Charlie. I feel a bit sick. I mean, under no circumstances. This is why I don't predict games, because there's just no point predicting games. It's impossible to predict games. But under no circumstances did I think that a team with 2 points from 18 games was going to get anything at Old Trafford. And again, missing the opportunity to go into the top 5 outright. And again, it brings his win ratio down again. A draw is not a win, so it lowers his win ratio if he doesn't get the win. It's embarrassing. No AB because he's stubborn. His ego matters most. I haven't seen him manage a win out of a tight situation. All he's got is ego, says Muntasar. Fletcher is useless because he's... I don't care if he's 18, says Run. Up the Villa, more like up your arse. Hold that, says Solar Panel. And I'm absolutely sick to the soul of 95% of teams like Wolves turning up against big teams. If anything, it's embarrassing for them, says Tom Grant. It's going to be a goal kick. I think it's over. Disgrace. Absolute disgrace. I mean, this is on the owners, though. This is on the owners, isn't it? This is on the owners. What are we actually doing? PRV, performance, results, vision. When the results go, there is no performance or vision. Go on, Dorgu. Whip across, whip across. Wow, unbelievable. I mean, the referee's given us a chance here. I mean, he's played on a while. And there it is. Fucking hell. We've bloody gone and given a point to a team that's got less points than a fucking triangle. Well, it's a bloody triangle now, isn't it? Absolutely incredible. Embarrassing. And we've done it at home as well. And people have the audacity to say, I'm negative. I'm negative, apparently. The comments, oh, he's so negative these days. He's always moaning these days. PRV. Where's the performance? Never there. Where's the vision? Never there. Surviving on results. When they're not there, you've got nothing. We're just giving a point to bloody Wolves. They've got 3 points in 19 games. 3 points in 19 games. And guess who's just given them one? I just don't know. Right, let's get over to the match reaction. Lots to talk about. Thanks everyone who's tuned in. Smash a like and subscribe. I'll see you on the match reaction in a minute. Player ratings. Oh, dear. I don't know.